Germany. The country is synonymous with beer, sausages, seriousness, incredible hiking, majestic castles, and wild techno parties. It's huge, diverse, and amazing. There's a vibrant international art and music scene in Berlin, beautiful forests in the west, great cathedrals, picturesque sound of music cities in the south, and overlooked historic cities and beaches in the north. Whether you are backpacking, traveling on a mid-range budget, or have an unlimited spending account, traveling around Germany is going to be a wonderful travel experience. The more I visit Germany, the more I fall in love with it. It's a huge country, so don't rush. Take your time. There's a lot to see, and it's all worth seeing. And Germany is a budget-friendly country, so it's a good place to save some extra euros. This Germany travel guide will help you figure out what to do, see, how much things cost, ways to save, stay safe, and show you everything you need to have the experience of a lifetime. Top 5 things to see and do in Germany. 1. Germany's hip capital has world-class museums, history, funky neighborhoods, and one of the best nightlifes in Europe. From the museums to the art and music scene to the great bars and cheap food, Berlin is electric, and one of the cheapest European capitals. 2. Berlin's quiet, upscale cousin, Munich is a city steeped in history with small streets, great beer halls, amazing food, a beautiful park, surfers, and a royal palace. It's one of Germany's more expensive cities, but it's a beautiful destination, and there are a lot of Bavarian towns nearby that make for good day trips. 3. The world's largest beer festival is filled with huge steins and giant pretzels. I went there for 5 days and had the time of my life. Buy some lederhosen, raise a glass, and sing some German beer songs. Enough said. Read more, How to Survive Oktoberfest. 4. A string of historic cities in Bavaria. The Romantic Road is a great route that helps you explore majestic Bavarian towns surrounded by snow-capped mountains. It can get quite touristy, but it's a beautiful and relaxing area to go with a significant other or family. 5. Located near the French border, the Black Forest is named so because of the dark green pine trees in the area. There are hundreds of miles of hiking trails worth exploring. You can spend some time stopping in towns that are famous for their cuckoo clocks and typical German food. It's best seen in the fall. Other things to see and do in Germany. 1. Explore Lake Constance. Lying along the country's southwestern border with Switzerland and Austria, Lake Constance is Germany's largest freshwater lake and the third largest in Central Europe. The area around the lake and up the lower Rhine Valley has a very mild, amiable climate and fertile grounds, making it the country's most important area for wine and fruit production. 2. Visit Hanover. Hanover is not a typical European city. Don't expect to see beautiful centuries-old buildings. This city was one of the hardest hit during World War II, leaving it with only a few historical landmarks. This area is surrounded by grey 1950s buildings that give a somewhat heavy atmosphere to the streets. But what I loved about Hanover were large green areas, with forests and big parks, the Leine River going through the city, and the Sprengel Museum. Not many people visit here, but I think it is one of Germany's most underrated destinations. 3. Hike Berchtesgaden National Park. This national park is an alpine heaven of lush forests, steep rock faces, crystal clear lakes, sleepy villages, and rolling meadows. It's just you, the chirping of birds, and cows ringing their brass bells. Well-marked trails wind through the spectacular scenery, which brims with opportunities for hiking and cycling. 4. Check out Trier. This is the oldest town in the country. With a 2,000-year-old history, Trier was home to 6 Roman emperors and contains a number of impressive ancient ruins. The The most outstanding example is by far the Black Gate, a monumental structure that was once part of the city walls. Nestled in the Moselle River Valley, picturesque Trier is crowned with myriad vineyards and pastoral villages. It is very much an off-the-beaten-path destination. 5. Visit Dresden. Explore the treasures and grand buildings of this Baroque beauty, which is bisected by the majestic Elbe River. This city was completely rebuilt after the war and today is one of the biggest nightlife spots for young people. 6. Spend a day in Cologne. A historic city with a great cathedral, Cologne is a great place to stop in West Germany on your way to or from the Netherlands. The cathedral is the most popular landmark in the city, and one of the most popular in the country. There's a vibrant art scene, incredible international restaurants, and lots of riverside cafes and pubs. 7. Neuschwanstein Castle. This is a 19th century neo-romantic palace perched on a rugged hill near Füssen. The palace was commissioned by Crazy Ludwig II of Bavaria as a retreat and as an homage to Richard Wagner. It's the model for the Disney castle, and definitely a must on any Germany bucket list. Admission is €13, $15. 8. See Frankfurt. Another great city of Germany, Frankfurt is home to many different restaurants, historical sites, and mentally stimulating attractions. There is a great exhibition hall, one of the largest in the world, and several science museums to check out. It's less expensive compared to other cities in Germany, and a great airport hub to fly in and out of. 9. Visit Olympia Park. Located in Munich, this massive complex was originally constructed for the 1972 Olympic Games. It is topped by the largest roof in the world, which spans over 700,000 feet. There is a great restaurant here and the tour is pretty awesome. The BMW Museum is also nearby and worth a visit. 10. Head to Schloss Kolditz. Originally built to be a Renaissance palace, this interesting structure has a long, bizarre history. At various points in history, it's been a hunting lodge, a poorhouse, and even a mental hospital. It is most famous for being a prison during World War II. There is a museum within the palace as well, with tickets costing €4, $4.50. A guided tour through the castle itself is only €9, $10. 11. Visit Hamburg. Located in northern Germany, Hamburg is Germany's second largest city. This port city, home to the second busiest port in Europe, is famous for its parks and canals. Near its core, Inneralster Lake is dotted with boats and surrounded by cafes. The city's central boulevard connects the Neustadt, New Town, with the Altstadt, Old Town, and is home to landmarks like 18th century St. Michael's Church. It's an eclectic city. 12. Tierpark Hagenbeck. Located in Hamburg, this open enclosure is over 60 acres and is home to more than 2,500 animals. In addition to the classic attractions, there is a petting zoo, a miniature railway, pony rides, a great playground for the kids, and a Japanese garden for the adults. Combination tickets for the zoo and aquarium are €30, $34, with discounts available for families and children. 13. Take a break in Bremen. Located in the north, near Hamburg, Bremen is a smaller city worth exploring. The charming Schnorr district makes for a great stroll, and there is a beautiful cathedral in the market square. If you are looking for a city less visited, Bremen is it. Germany travel costs. Accommodation. Accommodation in Germany is quite cheap compared to other Eurozone countries. Hostels are plentiful and range from about €10 to $11 USD 25 per night for a dorm room. For a private room, expect to pay around $40 or $50, $45 USD 57 per night. Free Wi-Fi is standard and many hostels also include free breakfast. Budget hotel prices begin in the same price range, so expect to pay between $45 or $65, $51 USD 71, for a small double room with a private bathroom, closet, and maybe a desk. Airbnb is another great option for as well, one I use often, with shared accommodation going for as little as €30, $34 per night, and an entire apartment or home starting at €50, $57. While wild camping is illegal, there are a ton of campsites around the country. Expect to pay $5 or $26 USD 23 per night for a basic plot. Food. Food in Germany is very cheap and hearty. You can eat out from outdoor vendors for around €2 or $4/$2.50 USD 5, great sausages and bratwurst. Meals at many of the beer halls around the country cost only $9 or $15, $10 USD 17. Pre-made sandwiches cost around €5, $6 US. Fast food, think McDonald's, will cost around €7, $8 US. Beer usually costs $4 or $4.50 USD 5.70, for a nice pint. If you eat in the beer halls, a traditional German meal plus a beer will cost around $14 or $18, $16 USD 20. Turkish, Middle Eastern, and Asian food can be found for as little as €5, $6 US, while a nicer meal at a sit-down restaurant will cost just over €20, $23 US. If you plan on cooking for yourself, a week's worth of groceries will cost around $35 or $65, $40 USD 74. Transportation. High-speed trains, which are popular in Germany, are very expensive. Berlin to Munich can cost over €180, $205 US. Most of the other, slower, intercity trains cost between $40 or $70, $46 USD 80, for a second-class ticket. It's cheaper to take a slow regional train or overnight bus. Most intercity bus tickets cost between $15 or $30, $17 USD 34. In Germany, the earlier you book tickets, the cheaper it is, so if you have set dates, don't wait. For public transportation, city transit systems are reliable and cost around $1 or $3 per single ticket, though you can usually find day passes that will get you a better rate. If you want to explore via bicycle, most cities offer daily rentals for around €18, $21 US. Activities. Museums cost between $1 or $15, $1.15 USD 17. Bike tours and river cruises can cost $24 or $40, $27 USD 46. Most city tours are between $12 or $25, $14 USD 29. Renting a bike costs about €18, $21 US per day, though prices will vary in each city. If you're backpacking Germany, my suggested budget is $40 or $60, $46 USD 68, per day. This is a suggested budget assuming you're staying in a hostel dorm, cooking all of your meals but occasionally enjoying some German street food, like Wurst, and using local transportation but mostly walking everywhere. You can also visit some museums or enjoy a walking tour every now and then. On a mid-range budget of €115, $132 US per day, you can stay in a private hostel room or a budget hotel, enjoy fast food or the occasional meal with a Steno beer at a beer hall, take the bus between cities, and do more walking tours. With a luxury budget of $285 plus, $325 plus USD, per day you can afford a nice 4-star hotel, travel between cities via train, eat out at restaurants for all of your meals, including a beer with dinner, and you can enjoy more attractions like day trips and river cruises. You can use the chart below to get some idea of how much you need to budget daily, Depending on your travel style, prices are in USD. Money saving tips. Overall, Germany is not an expensive country to visit. Yes, river cruises are expensive. There's plenty of high-end cuisine throughout the country. Frankfurt, the capital of finance, will cost you a pretty penny too. But those are exceptions to the rule. Germany is incredibly cheap for a Eurozone country, and you'll find incredible bargains throughout the country. If you're looking to save a few euros, here are my tips for saving money in Germany. Eat at the street vendors. Throughout Germany, you'll find cheap outdoor sausage vendors. These quick eats will only cost you a couple of euros. Eat cheap ethnic food. Some of the best and cheapest food in Germany is the Turkish and Middle Eastern food. You can get a lot of meals for under 5 euros, $6. It's delicious, filling, and cheap, and what I mainly eat while in Germany. Take the free tours. The bigger cities in Germany have free walking tours. They are a good way to see the city, learn about the history, and get your bearings without spending money. Synonymous has some of the best free walking tours. Just make sure to tip your guide. Book your train early. Trains in Germany are expensive, but you can get a saver ticket that is around 40 to 50% off the standard fare if you book at least a week in advance. These tickets have limited availability, so be flexible with your travel plans. Rideshare. If you're flexible in your schedule, use the ride-sharing service BlaBlaCar and catch rides with locals between cities or countries. You save money and get to spend time with locals. Drivers are verified and it's perfectly safe, though sometimes rides don't show up, which is why you need to be flexible. Couchsurf. While accommodation in Germany is pretty cheap, if you want to get some local insight into the country, you should couchsurf. Not only will you save money on accommodation, but you'll meet locals who can help get you off the tourist trail and show you around. Here are some of my favorite places to stay in Germany. St. Christopher's, Berlin. Circus Hostel, Berlin. Wombats, Munich. Jaeger's Hostel, Munich. 5 Elements Hostel, Frankfurt. Frankfurt Hostel, Frankfurt. Meininger, Hamburg. Generator Hostel, Hamburg. Station Hostel for Backpackers, Cologne. Black Sheep Hostel, Cologne. Lolly's Homestay, Dresden. Hostel Mundpalast, Dresden. A and O Nuremberg Hauptbahnhof, Nuremberg. 5 Reasons Hostel, Nuremberg. Germany is a year-round destination. Summer tends to be the most popular time to visit. Temperatures are hot, and everyone's outdoors enjoying it. People flock to beer gardens, or to the lakes for some swimming. This is also the peak season, when prices are much higher than usual. During this time, average temperatures are around 75 degrees Fahrenheit, 24 degrees Celsius, or higher, but can soar well into the high 80s degrees F, 30s degrees C. Temperatures warm up fast in spring, and the season is marked by the arrival of cherry blossoms. By May it's warm enough to walk around in t-shirts and shorts. May 1st, Der 1. Mai, is Germany's Labor Day, and the country breaks out in full celebration. If you're lucky enough to be here during this time, take to the streets with your fellow Germans and enjoy the live music, drinking, dancing, and general mayhem. Thanks to famous Oktoberfest, autumn is also a very popular time to visit Munich. From the end of September to early October, millions of people flock here from all over the world to enjoy the most epic beer drinking festival in the world. The weather during this time is usually just as pleasant as summer. If you're planning on attending Oktoberfest, book your accommodations in advance. Way in advance. An autumn visit to Germany is overall a great idea, especially in Bavaria when the foliage in the hills and mountains makes for some amazing photography. Temperatures can sometimes be chilly, but light layers will be fine. Winter in Germany can be cold, with temperatures as low as 14 degrees Fahrenheit / -10 degrees Celsius, but Germany is well known for its Christmas spirit and the markets all over the country are well worth your time, especially in Munich, Berlin, and Dresden. Pack some warm clothes. Otherwise, let delicious Glühwein, mulled wine, warm you up. Germany is an incredibly safe place to travel. There are few pickpockets and violent crimes here. However, due to a few high-profile terrorist attacks in the country, and ongoing media coverage, I often get asked if it's safe to travel to Germany. Here you just want to watch out for scams and petty crime. You should watch out for anywhere, especially in Berlin late at night. Guard your stuff in crowded places and watch out for people offering you stuff. Always trust your gut instinct. If a taxi driver seems shady, stop the cab and get out. If your hotel is seedier than you thought, get out of there. Make copies of your personal documents, including your passport and ID. Forward your itinerary along to loved ones so they'll know where you are. If you don't do it at home, don't do it in Germany. These are my favorite companies to use when I travel to Germany. They are included here because they consistently find deals, offer world-class customer service and great value, and overall, are better than their competitors. They are the ones I use the most and are always the starting points in my search for travel deals. Momondo. This is my favorite booking site. I never book a flight without checking here first. Skyscanner. Skyscanner is another great flight search engine which searches a lot of different airlines, including many of the budget carriers that larger sites miss. While I always start with Momondo, I use this site too as a way to compare prices. Airbnb. Airbnb is a great accommodation alternative for connecting with homeowners who rent out their homes or apartments. If you're new to Airbnb, get $35 off your first stay. Hostel World. This is the best hostel accommodation site out there, with the largest inventory, best search interface, and widest availability. Couchsurfing. This website allows you to stay on people's couches or spare rooms for free. It's a great way to save money while meeting locals who can tell you the ins and outs of their city. The site also lists events you can attend to meet people, even if you're not staying with someone. Booking.com. The best all-around booking site that constantly provides the cheapest and lowest rates. They have a no money down policy, great interface, and the widest selection of budget accommodation. In all my tests, they've always had the cheapest rates out of all bookers. If you're heading to Germany, here are my suggestions for the best travel backpack and tips on what to pack. 1 pair of jeans, heavy and not easily dried, but I like them. A good alternative is khaki pants. 1 pair of shorts. 1 bathing suit. 5 t-shirts. 1 long sleeve t-shirt. 1 pair of flip-flops. 1 pair of sneakers. 6 pairs of socks, I always end up losing half. 5 pairs of boxer shorts, I'm not a briefs guy. 1 toothbrush. 1 tube of toothpaste. 1 razor. 1 package of dental floss. 1 small bottle of shampoo. 1 small bottle of shower gel. 1 towel deodorant. Thanks.